What's up, everybody, and welcome to my Clash at the Castle review. It's been a busy weekend for me. I actually went to Against All Odds over the weekend, and I ended up going to TNA taping on Saturday, literally right after the pay-per-view, so I didn't really have time to review it. I will do an Against All Odds review, given I was there, and I do at least want to talk about, my experience there live, but I am here to talk about WWE Clash at the Castle. So I've been waiting to do this review for this pay-per-view, even though it's only like, 4 or 5 matches, which, I would say still put 7 to 8 at least. I don't really consider 4 to 5 matches much of a pay-per-view, even 6 to some extent, but like I said, it was only 5 matches for this show. Glasgow, Scotland, I know they had SmackDown there the day before on Friday, yes, going into this show, we do kick it off with AJ Styles versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE title. We did have Michael Cole, Wade Barrett this time on commentary, and Corey Graves, so he had a 3-man booth instead of 2. Going to the whole AJ Cody Rhodes feud, some would say it's kind of rushed going into this match, given that they booked this match literally a week before the pay-per-view. I guess given the first match they had back in Backlash, it wasn't that much build to it. And then, the week before that, because, like I said, we went from AJ, then, Cody had his match with Logan Paul, and then, AJ's doing his whole Mark Henry retirement speech, what we all saw coming a mile away. But then, literally the week after, now it's an I Quit match, because I'm like, does it really need to go into an I Quit match now? I get Cody in his reference, and I'm going to make you say I quit and stuff. But I just think it's kind of funny. I just felt it's kind of rushed going into an I Quit match, in my opinion. But I can understand in some way why it's an I Quit match. But like I said, Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles, WWE title. I enjoyed this match. Obviously, it was a lot of... one thing I'll say about this with the Glasgow, Scotland crowd, there's so many chants. I'm not going to try to name all of them throughout this entire show, but just like France and just like even Saudi Arabia, of people singing along and stuff, obviously singing Cody's theme song, but all the multiple chants throughout this show was just all over the place. I can't even name you all of them, okay? But like I said, they did brawl into the crowd. I know there were tables involved. They go into the announce table and stuff, which, AJ did a good brain buster on the roads on to the announce table, which it didn't break, but the ref had asked him if he wanted to quit and said no. And then you got Cody's mom, Mama Rutz. We have Mama Rutz sitting by ringside, which she ended up calling AJ an asshole. And then, not AJ, but Cody's bleeding, saying, "We got a bleeder right here, folks. We got a bleeder." And, they brawled through the crowd. They literally didn't go nowhere backstage. They just kind of went through Gorilla back onto the, back into the arena. One thing I will say about the stage area, I get it's smaller, why they just want to fit more people in the building. Were they in Glasgow a few years ago when the last Clash happened? Because I swear the stage looked way better. It was still small, but it looked better than whatever stage they put up here right now. Like I said, I don't like the current stages right now with WWE. Like I said, I get it's TKO's thing to get more people into the building to make it look bigger, but still, I still think the new stage sucks right now. And that's like Raw and SmackDown, any other pay-per-view. It sucks, okay? But like I said, fans chanted, "Fuck you, AJ." He's getting steel steps involved. Cody, backdropping him. We got a chair involved in. And, throughout the match, what was it? AJ I think he had the title belt or something, or had his belt, and I think you can see it slip on, he put it on Cody's head, was going to choke him with his belt. And next thing you know, it slipped, and the crowd started chanting, "You fucked up," which was pretty funny. But then AJ had a bag from under the ring. I almost thought this was going to go thumbtacks or some type of glass, like some indie stuff. But no, it ended up being some handcuffs then. He handcuffed AJ and started hitting him with a chair. Even looked at his mom. And, Cody's mom started slapping AJ. It looked really bad. Those slaps looked pretty bad after, like, the second, third one. It almost didn't look like she was even hitting him. But, Cody, he's still getting hit by the chair. And, AJ's going to go with a phenomenal forearm with like a chain wrapped around his arm. But Cody threw the chair at him, which he fell off the ropes and hit the table, which really went head first through the table, by the way. I'll say that. Cody had the key and unlocked it then. He hit the Cody cutter on AJ. Hit the crossroads, like a few crossroads right there. Got the chair, hit a third crossroads on there. AJ, AJ said I still didn't quit. Cody said not yet. He ended up handcuffing AJ to the ropes, beat him with a chair several times, bleeding and whatnot. And next thing you know, the ref's checking on him, and asked AJ, "You want to quit?" He said, "Screw you, Cody Rhodes." Cody got some steel steps, got in the ring. AJ got scared, and then he said, "I quit, I quit, I quit." And Cody ended up still hitting the ring steps onto AJ after that, before walking to his mom, hugging him, and walking up with the title. But then next thing you know, Solo Sikoa standing right there, and the rest of the bloodline God attack. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens end up coming for the save, which obviously I do believe this is going to end up with Cody Rhodes versus Solo, maybe for Money in the Bank or SummerSlam. I don't really want to see that. I still don't buy into Solo Sikoa as a leader of the bloodline right now. I think a lot of people don't buy it. Some people feel like Tama Tonga should have been the leader of this whole thing, or whenever they bring in Jacob 5-2. Hell, GOD's brother just left New Japan, Hikuleo, so expect him to probably be in WWE soon too. But yeah, I still don't buy into this Solo versus Cody thing. I'm not buying him still being the leader of the bloodline. It's not it. The stuff with Heyman isn't bad, but I think fans are already still waiting for Roman Reigns to come back. Next after that, we had the women's tag titles on the line. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark in a triple threat, tag title match. Obviously, this match was okay, but it got botchy. And obviously, we all saw the Jade botch with her doing a springboard and literally slipped and fell on her face, which, I get, she's still kind of green, but man, she was botching out there. And that's saying a lot of other people botching this match too, but you could clearly see the lot of Jade botches. Like, you can't go unnoticed about that, okay? But that springboard, man, I had to say woof after that. But this match was just literally going all over the place. It was just a tornado tag after that. And like I said, you just see people just either hitting moves or finishers all over the place. Baszler's choking out Jade with the careful clutch. Bianca does a 450. After that, which, Baszler, which ended up letting go of Jade then. Bianca and Jade did their, double team combo finish and everything on them. And then when Jade was going to go for the pin, Isla Dawn, pushed, I think, was it Bianca out the way or Jade out the way, and just, suplexed her, went over to Baszler, pinned her, and now Alba Fire and Isla Dawn are the new women's tag team champions. Honestly, it was a big upset. I really didn't think Baszler and them were going to win anyways, given that they just steamrolled over Alba and Isla on Monday and killed them. And then again, I'm not surprised Baszler took the pin. She just lost to Lola Vice last week before, and now she lost again. So, in a way, it's an upset, but I kind of understand why they won the tag titles. Because, right after, their families are right there celebrating with them. And, especially for Alba Fire, it's unfortunate what happened to her mom. I believe, a few weeks. It's been a really tough few weeks. Her mom was killed, I believe, crossing the street in, was it Orlando? I know it was in Florida. And she got hit by a car and, unfortunately passed away. So that's very, very sad to hear about that. So, they kind of gave them the titles because of that. That was a really nice gesture to do. I don't really think they will hold the titles that long. Expect Bianca and Jade to get the titles back. I could see that happening since the champions were not pinned in that match. So, we'll see where that goes. Again, both teams are on SmackDown. Well, no, Bianca and Jade are on SmackDown, and I think Alba and Isla on Raw. So, I don't know. I still don't think people really give a crap about these tag titles in general. So, it is what it is, but still. And then again, it was Scotland too. Let's remember, if you're from Scotland, you're on this show, okay? Anybody from Scotland, they're on this show. And so at least we got somebody from Scotland getting some gold on this show, okay? So good for them. Right after that, it was Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable for the Intercontinental Championship. Honestly, I didn't know if Sami Zayn or Gable, who was going to win this. Because we all know about Chad Gable's contract apparently being up. We don't know if he signed a new contract. I feel like if he signed a new one, I feel like he would be the champion again right now. I wasn't sure going into this. And yeah, it was a lot of shenanigans getting involved. I don't know why Tozawa was never there, but the match was really good and all. It was good. Obviously, you had Otis and Maxine Dupree getting involved several times. Gable's yelling at them to do this, do that. They don't know. They're all conflicted and everything. Sam and Chad Gable still trying to go for Sammy's ankle and going for his arm, trying to get him to tap out, going for the bad leg. Even Otis had kind of gotten away sometime. Looked like he was going to attack Gable, but then it was like he's going to go for Sammy then. And, Gable's just barking orders. Otis was going to get him, but I know, what was it? I think Maxine got knocked down, and Otis had looked at Maxine on her bad leg and basically picked her up and carried her to the back after that. Gable just kept yelling at Otis. Sammy came with another haluva kick, 1, 2, 3, and it was done. I'm assuming this is going to continue. I don't know how long they plan to keep going with this feud, because this is like, third time now Sami Zayn is beating Chad Gable. So at this point, it's either move on to somebody else. I'm assuming either the Creed brothers and Ivy Nile, Diamond Mine will end up joining Chad Gable. I still see that happen. Or Chad Gable's going to snap now and do whatever it takes and get rid of his old crew for a new crew so he can win the Intercontinental title. But I don't know. Then again, I don't know if this guy even signed a new contract and that. I don't think he's leaving WWE. I don't think so, because, I don't know what else. What would he really do in AEW? He's getting a good push right now. So, he's on pay-per-views, he's getting bigger matches, so that's good for him. AEW probably offering more money, but I don't really see him leaving. But, the finish of this, it's not like, with all these shenanigans, all of this didn't even play into the finish of the match, when you really think about it. So, Sami Zayn still won clean, okay? So, all that stuff that went outside, Sami still won the match at the end of the day and still retained the title. So, either they move on from this, or Gable will snap and do whatever it takes to take out Sammy, which he's already been doing. But how many matches are we going to keep doing with these two? It's like he beat him again. So I think they should just move on to whoever will be Sami Zayn's next opponent for the Intercontinental Championship. But I don't know. We'll see if Gable resign. Next, Bayley went against Piper Niven for the women's title. Honestly, I swear to God, when both of them came out, I don't know if the crowd even really cared. Going into this until they're doing the Bayley song and all that. But listen, it was a good match. That was it. Bayley won. No one ever really thought Piper Niven was gonna win. And in that promo they did like a week or two ago, I don't think a lot of people cared, given they did a whole bunch of what chants. Chelsea Green, I know she left and then came back and had like a Lucha Rey Mysterio mask on and still got thrown out or something like that, and distraction. But yeah, Bayley ended up doing her big Bayley to belly off the top rope. Wow, it's always a phone call when I'm doing a review. But yeah, other than that phone call, the match was just good. But like I said, this was last minute. We knew Piper Niven was not going to win here. Like I said, it's Scotland, so of course she was going to be on this show. We know Bayley's going to be facing Nia Jax at SummerSlam anyways for the title. We already know that's going to happen. So, Bayley retaining, it's no surprise. I still feel like Bayley's title reign hasn't really been all that ever since she won the title. Shit, I barely even see her on SmackDown half the time. So, and then again, some thought Naomi would have came out and helped Bayley, given, they were, we know they're on SmackDown the night before kind of going against them. So, you think she would kind of come help Bayley again. But no, that didn't happen. But yeah, Bayley retained, so boom, there you go. In the main event, we did get Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship. Drew McIntyre came out to what was his entrance? With a whole bunch of people with bagpipes and a Scottish flag. Playing, some would say, I'm sure everybody's going to say Roddy Piper's theme, but honestly, I was hoping Drew was going to come out to Broken Dreams. That's what I wanted to hear. He did it at Clash a couple years ago and get the main event Clash again, but I thought he was going to come out and, have Broken Dreams. Obviously, he was the biggest face out of the entire night. He got a huge pop. He's in his home country. It's Scotland. The man is basically a hero right here. He's basically the biggest super face. Damian is just the biggest heel. Fans are chanting, Drew, fuck him up, Drew, fuck him up. Come on. They were all on this man's side, okay? No one was turning on Drew right here. They weren't. And I enjoyed this match. Apparently, and I'm not sure if I think they said Priest's ankle got hurt throughout this match. I'm not sure. I think they said it was something on the press scrum right after the post show, but I'm not really sure. But like I said, I enjoyed this match. It was very good. Next thing you know, we got a ref bumped in, and they fall to the apron. The ref is down. McIntyre hit the Claymore kick on Priest in. He pins him, and, you know, people just counted 1, 2, 3. And then a second referee comes out, and next thing you know, who is it? It's CM Punk. Which, anybody saw this coming a mile away. I knew this was going to happen. Now, did I think Drew was probably going to win here? Yeah, I think he probably wasn't going to win. But then I'm like, nah, CM Punk is probably going to screw him anyways out of the title. And it happened, because it's not, the Judgment Day was already banned from ringside. And I figured it's going to be Priest versus Gunther at SummerSlam anyways. Like I said, I don't see Priest's title reign going that long. Okay, so, wow, it's always another phone call. But yeah, like I was saying, I don't think Priest's title reign is going to go that long anyways. But yeah, CM Punk, who basically now became the biggest heel in Scotland here, screwing the hometown hero up, which, you know, he ended up doing the 2 count and stop. Drew walked up to him, pushed CM Punk and grabbed him. Punk kicked him in the nuts. Priest hit his South of Heaven choke slam and everything. And the other referee came back in, and Priest retained the title. Punk celebrated with only people that had CM Punk shirts right by the, you know, in the crowd that were right there, because I'm sure everybody in Scotland wants to kill CM Punk right now. But yeah, they were very pissed off. Still, I thought he probably would have got even booed bigger, but he got booed in general. But yeah, Drew basically got screwed here. And, you know, Barrett was pissed off on commentary that Punk needs to be arrested and kicked out of Scotland for screwing over Drew McIntyre. But yeah, I think we all saw this coming. And Gunther will, like I said, Gunther will face Priest for the title. And I believe he will win the title from Priest at SummerSlam. And it will be, I'm sure it's going to be CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam also. Overall, it was a good show. It wasn't a great show, but I thought it was good. I thought the WWE and World title match were probably one of the best things on this show. The women's tag title match was somewhat okay at first, but botched all over the place, so that may have been the worst thing of the night. The Intercontinental title match was very good, even with all the shenanigans and stuff. It was still a good match, and Sami still retains. Don't know where he goes on after this. Bayley and Piper Niven was just good. Like I said, it's not much to say. It was a good match, but that's what's kind of it. So at least the only people from Scotland to win some tag titles from this show was Alba and Isla. So we'll see what happens with that. It was only 1 title change. So other than that, that's all I really got to say about Clash to Cash. Other than that, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodNight890. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all then. Peace out.